Hello, introverted writer here. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you saw the first one, which was about folding an origami bat. If you haven't been able to guess, this one's going to be about folding an origami ghost. I have to say this one I like better than the bat because I think it's even cuter, and I feel like you can do more with it. So for an example, this one we have on a string, easy to hang up, easy to just have floating around. This one, the mouth and the eyes are actually cut out, and I used two-tone paper, so the black is on the inside, and the back of the paper, which is the white, is on the outside. Its arms are pointing downwards. You have this one, which I simply just folded up the bottoms. If you go with this one, this style, where you just have it sitting, it's usually best practice to go ahead and glue it on like a cardboard or cardstock, something like that. This one's just white paper. The eyes and the mouth are drawn on, and it's got a little bit more of a fat body to it. This one is actually made out of orange paper with the white on the outside, and it also has the cut out eyes and mouth, and the reason for that is because this one is on one of those little cheap tea lights. So if you turn this on and put it in there, you get the glowing down here, which does look cool, but you also get the glowing up here. And in my opinion, this one looks really cool if you have like a darkened party, or if you want to put it like in a windowsill, or if you, if your decorations are themed more around it being dark. Of course, you can do these in bigger paper. These are all made out of origami paper, so they're on a smaller side, but if you can find the bigger paper, do it. You know, it's simple folds, so you don't have to worry about the paper being too thick. And if you want to do something like this, you'll probably want to glue it down or tape it down just so it's sturdier on there, but it's really cute. So we'll go ahead and get folding now. And sorry for the background music, that's my 1-year-old. And sorry if I sound a little hoarse, I'm getting over a cold. So you can see that I have gray paper. I was going to just use white, but I decided it would be easier for you to see what sides I'm folding and things like that if it had a color on there. So first of all, you're going to start very similar to the bat, except for you're going to be doing kind of the opposite. So you're going to do the side to side, and you're going to do the corner to corner. But your side to side, you're going to want the white showing, and the corner to corner, you'll want the gray showing. So basically what you'll be doing, we'll get this folded here. I'm hoping this camera angle is a little bit better than what I had before, and I'm hoping that the picture is clearer. You playing with mommy's laptop? I mean, guitar. Goodness gracious. So you'll see that it is starting very, very similar to the bat. All the water bomb based folds do. So when you collapse it, you're going to collapse it so that instead of having the triangle shape, you're going to have a diamond shape. So if you were to collapse it this way, you get the triangle. But collapsing it this way, we got the diamond. Okay? From this point, this is going to be the ghost's head, if you needed to know that. From this point, we're going to go ahead and fold top flap. We're going to fold it so this edge here that's open lines up with the center. Okay. On both sides. And flip it over and do it again. With the ghost, I have found that if your pointed end down here isn't perfect, that's kind of fine because it just kind of gives the ghost's tail a little bit of a opening. It looks kind of cool. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to take, and at this point you can kind of have a little variation because what you're doing is you're creating the shape of the ghost. So if you'll notice, this one has a much straighter shape. Well, this one has a much chubbier shape. The reasoning for that is because of where I am putting this next fold. So if you fold it so that this tip here stays straight along that edge there, you're going to end up with the straighter looking ghost. If you angle it downward a little bit, then you get more of a comical, a little bit of a fatter ghost. So what you want to do here is you kind of want to keep it the same around the all four of them. So what a good thing to do in that case is to just try to match the points. Okay? And that will kind of keep the angle the same. You're going to flip it over. You're going to do the same thing on this side. And to keep it the same, you just kind of match it up with the fold underneath. So sometimes it's good to like go ahead and pre-crease it with your fingernail in a sense on the edges where you need it to fold, and then fold it down. And then just bring that point over to meet it. Okay? At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to unfold this and unfold this. It's alright, baby. And we are going to create our arm. You can do variations for this as well, so you can have it so its arm comes up a little bit more, down a little bit more, kind of how you want to do it. It's up to you on how you want it to look in the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and flatten it however it wants to flatten. Okay? So it doesn't look like much, but it does stick out enough that it's cute. Alright? And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Usually I'll try to get the arms to look the same. So what I'll do is I'll just like turn it on its side like this so I can kind of sight it and then try to get the creases to follow that same look there. For time's sake and because I do feel like crap, I'm going to go ahead and just be a little sloppy with this one. And I bet you anything it will still look okay because this is easy, super easy. Now to make sure that it sticks out from the body, we are going to open up these flaps in here, okay, and allow it to crease down the center because that does help the arms stick out. Okay? So there you go. You have that. I am not going to cut out the face. If you have bigger paper, you can always use a hole puncher. If you don't have bigger paper, I just use an X-Acto knife, but you could also probably just punch a hole with something sharp as well, and it'll be a perfect circle. So, all right. So I'm just going to draw the face. You never want to do the face above where these, where this point is right here, because that's going to be the top of the head. So you'll want to keep that in mind. Okay. And yeah, I just used a fabric marker, but that's okay. So here we go. We got our ghost. And now for that part that everybody loves, you're going to blow in this tip down here. If you cut out the face, it's going to be harder to inflate it. So sometimes you'll like want to cover up the eyes and the mouth with your fingers, or you'll want to even stick like a pencil edge, the eraser edge, so it's not sharp in there to puff it up a little bit. But since we didn't do that, I'm going to go ahead and just blow it up. And there you go. Just like the bat, you want to fluff it up a little bit, so get those arms sticking out on the sides. and go ahead and help that top round out a little bit. Easy peasy.